why would you say that? I mean, are there any rumors that have been confirmed? Do you know something about the industry that we don't? I mean, if people are coming at it from a story standpoint, like, is the story going to end? Why would you think that? So, let's just go back. What we know is that there's 109 chapters out there right now. What we know is that the manga has been successful enough to get an anime adaptation, as well as a second season. And it's the first anime to be live streamed up on X, formerly known as Twitter. So I would assume that this manga, the sales must be pretty decent. It must be performing pretty well. So just based off that already, I don't really see a reason why they would be ending the series anytime soon, unless the mangaka is sick or there's some other issues, maybe contractual issues or something. But if we're going to talk about story-wise, is the story even close to being finished? So for anime onlys, I'm going to be talking about the manga a little bit, and there's going to be some spoilers. This is your warning. So we're 109, 110? I'm pretty sure it's 109 chapters in right now. And they're still battling Kaiju number 9. Obviously, he hasn't been defeated. But is this where the story ends? I really don't think so. We just have way too many unanswered questions. And it just doesn't feel like anything's being wrapped up. I mean, let's just say they defeat Kaiju number 9. Then what? Is it a happy ending? Doubt it. I actually made a video on a whole bunch of unanswered questions that haven't been explored in the manga or the anime yet. I mean, there's a whole lot about just Kafka and Mina's childhood that we don't know about. There's a whole lot about that we don't know about regarding the whole origin of Kafka becoming a kaiju. Or maybe, was he kaiju to begin with? I don't know. We don't know anything about his transformation mechanism. We don't really know much about the kaiju that chose him. I mean, I think we've had somewhat internal dialogue one time. Like that one time that he was fighting Director Shinomiya, or General. But other than that, there's been very little interaction. It kind of reminds me of Naruto and Kurama. It's like, that dude existed in Naruto forever, but you didn't really get much personality or internal dialogue with Kurama until later on. Wow, it's kind of windy. But yeah, is this story anywhere close to being finished? I don't think so. There was actually one point where I believe it was Hoshino was training Kafka back in that one burial grounds, and he was saying something like, "Hey, even after you defeat number 9, there's still going to be more foes." Now, I mean, it was like a one-liner, but let's look into it a little bit. Most creators, most comic writers, and mangakas have intent behind little things like that. Okay, maybe not most, but a lot do. And maybe it's just a line saying, hey, you got to get stronger, bro. Or maybe it actually means something. Maybe it was kind of just like a little hint, little foreshadowing that even after Kaiju number 9, we still got more people to beat. Because, I mean, there are a lot of things that you got to know. What's the origin of these kaijus? How do you stop them from trying to wreck shit? I don't know. I mean, what's the end game here? I don't think the end game. I don't think the end story is beating Kaiju number 9. I just don't think so. So why would you think that this manga is gonna end? So what I'd like to see is after Kaiju number 9 is defeated, I'd like them to go more into the kaiju that infected and took over, or whatever, man. I don't even know what words you want to say, but I want to know more about the kaiju that made Kafka a kaiju. Feel me? Like, what's up with that? What is that all about? Now, I think there's a lot of things that you can explore there. And I think they kind of touched on it with the fight with General Shinomiya, where Kafka kind of was like losing control a little bit. And I do wonder if that's something that's going to be in the next arc. Would it be like Kafka actually does lose his shit? Or, oops, sorry, dude. Or is that totally not going to be the case? Like, maybe they're not going to go that route, but they're going to go the route where there's going to be other people like Kafka who did become kaiju. Who knows? But I think there's a lot of things they can explore. One thing I thought about was, shoot, I forgot the dude's name now. What's Mina's tiger's name? Bako? So when that dude was fighting Kaiju number 9 and he got kind of clapped up, Kaiju number 9 was like, yo, you're just a wannabe kaiju. But what do you mean by that? Like, why was Bako able to regenerate? Obviously, he wasn't just some regular tiger. I mean, was he experimented on? And if he was, who was in charge of this experiment behind him? Was it the same people that developed that little flying kaiju that entered Kafka's mouth? I don't know. But I want to know that. I've heard some people talk about Izumo Industries and what's their connection behind the suits and all the all the kaiju weapons, all the numbered weapons. And that's kind of an interesting point. Because it's always these nerdy science fools that end up trying to do some evil shit. Maybe that's something they could explore. It might end up being like a human on human type of thing versus human versus kaiju. But anyways, yeah, that's just my morning walk, random rant about people thinking the Kaiju number 8 manga series is ending. I don't think it is. And if it is, oh well, it was a good run.